After a defeat or a bad performance, you normally think to yourself, it's got to be a reaction. The players have got to step it up and try and get some pride back. But the defeat against Enes Moura was so poor that I'm not convinced yet that these players even feel that pain and that shame of that loss. Fair play to Enes Moura. They played, they matched us, overmatched us with passion and commitment and endeavour. And, you know, to be fair, probably deserved to win the match, right? So you can't take that away from them. But that's got to, in my head, you know, drive some kind of reaction from Tottenham players. Even though the majority of the first team didn't play in that game from the start, surely those guys that were on the pitch are going to walk away and go, that's really bad. We were really bad, and we need to do something. But I just don't feel convinced that's the case. I worry that there's something deeper going on in the squad of just not really giving a shit and feeling that it doesn't matter. They're going to get paid anyway. You know, some of them probably think they're already out the door, you know, and so why make the effort? But now's the time that they should be, you know, now's the time that they should be getting hold of this and going, right, we've finally got, you know, a winning manager who's got an idea about what they want to do and so on. So I want to be part of this, surely, you know. I want to be part of this. I want to be part of that squad that's going to take us forward. Bear in mind, a lot of these players have played for 4 different managers since, you know, including Pochettino. So if they can't get up for it now, then basically they are done. You know, I don't know what else they can really do. So going into a game against Burnley is probably not the best game to go into, because Burnley have, on occasion, been a bit of a bogey team for us. They do this, you know, low block and really make it difficult, try to hit you on the counter, and, you know, and we have just had no luck in terms of creativity or penetration in the previous games this season. So it's a worry, you know. We're coming up against a team that are just going to sit, and we have not been able to break anyone down. You know, no shots on target, all that kind of stuff. So it's got all the ingredients for being a really difficult day. You know, it's up north, it's cold, our best defender's out. Where do we go from here? You know, our creative player, as in on Dombele, is not firing. He's, in my opinion, he's done. He's head somewhere else. He's back in France or somewhere. Lo Celso, I think, is injured or whatever. Dele is not the player he was. So in terms of creativity, there's nothing there. There's no one there to literally unlock the defence there. So we're relying on our wing backs getting forward. So if they contain our wing backs, as Moura did, then there's nothing. There's nothing. You know, Kane's just going to come deeper and deeper and deeper and play a ball to where he should be, but because he's not there, you know, it's not going to happen. So I'm not filled with confidence going into this game, and that's really disappointing, because you always want to be positive about your team. You always think that they should win and they could win and so on. But I really do feel that Conte has a massive job on his hands. And for me, January can't come quick enough, because that will be the deciding factor about the direction of the club and what we're going to do. Because for me, if Daniel Levy doesn't do anything, and I know January is generally a difficult window, if he doesn't do anything, it kind of signals for me the beginning of the end, because I can't see Conte putting up with it for too long. He may have, the same as Mourinho, come in and gone, there's some good players here, you know? There's some really good players here. I've just got to get a tune out of them. But then, like Mourinho and Nuno and even Pochettino, they've realised quite quickly that actually some of these guys are just not up to the job, or they are just not interested, or they've had their best opportunities at the club and need to move on for their own good and for the good of the club. The problem is, of course, who's going to buy underperforming players? Who wants them? Who's got any money? You know, is Daniel Levy going to let them go for the sort of money that he can get, or is he just going to, you know, hold out and hold out? So that makes it quite difficult. Oh, hello. So that makes it quite difficult. Impromptu cat. Shut up. So makes it quite difficult to know the direction. If Conte doesn't get what he believes he needs, he could walk away. You know, I think he's that kind of guy who would. Where does that leave ENIC? Because they've literally thrown the dice, and I don't think there's any better options out there. Come on, get out of the way, blooming cat. So I don't know what else he's going to do. Where does he go from here? What kind of coach can he get going forward? Who's better? You know, the best coaches in the world are still going to want to spend some money, and if Levy just can't do it or can't afford it, then we're just bound for the same scenario time and time again. So it's going to be an interesting day today. Are Tottenham going to turn up? Are the players going to turn up? Are they going to really want to try and win this game and put some pride back in? I mean, the good news is it likely to be the first team. It's not going to be the squad players kind of coming in. But as I say, you know, who gets Romero's place? Surely it can't be Sanchez after his performance in the week. So it kind of leaves you with Tanganga or Rodon in there. And so, you know, I don't know, those guys are not filling me with absolute confidence. I mean, I do like Japhet Tanganga. I think he's a great lad, and I think he's could be a really good player. But he's very young and he's very new, and I'm not sure he's ready. Rodon hasn't been in the matches very much, and so I don't think he's had an opportunity to show what he can do. I personally think he's a decent player, but he is not Romero for sure. Which then means that Dyer is our main man, and we've all got our concerns about Dyer. So yeah, interesting to see. And like I say, are we gonna just see Skip and Højbjerg again in the centre? Which we probably will. This cat's driving me mad. We probably will. But it gives no creativity at all. So we really need the front three, which presumably will be Kane, Sonny and Lucas, to really get into this game and give us something. You know, can Sonny do something magical like he did the other season? Let's just hope so. But yeah, I'm not wholly convinced of our performance today. We'll have to see where it comes out. I'm a little bit sketchy. I'm a little bit worried about it. This is not the team you really want to be playing after such a bad performance, because they will know. Sean Dyche will know that we are low on confidence. He will know that our creativity is in question, and he will know that we are suspect when it comes to set pieces. And all of those things are going to be targeted So a long, cold drive up for a lot of Tottenham fans to Burnley, who I'm sure will be in good voice and will support the team as they did over in Moldova. The best part of the whole game was hearing them singing. So interesting day today. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that we can at least get a result out of today. Let's try and get something, keep the momentum going from the Leeds game, and see where that takes us. I did watch the Gooners yesterday, which I don't normally do, to be honest with you, but I was at home on my own. My wife's away, so I did sit and watch the second half of it. And I have to say, it's really gutting to see them popping the ball around and passing the way they do. 2 brilliant goals as well. So that's also really tough to take when your team's playing so poorly. But we keep the faith and we keep on hoping. And we keep on supporting the team because that's what we do. We are Spurs fans after all. And once you've picked your team, you've picked your team for life. So I wish the team well today and hope that we can bring back home the 3 points. Up the Spurs.